Hi guys, welcome everybody. Welcome to this demo session of the common research lab EGCERSIS, which is a common industrial and research lab between the Centre de Génie Industriel, which means Industrial Engineering Center of IMT Mines Albi, and the companies Immersive Factory and Report One. It's a research common lab that is funded by the Occitanie region on a European funding FEDER. Today we're going to present the research results of this research lab. It's a little bit more than 1 year now that we've been starting working on that, and we're going to show you the results. And first of all, what is very important is that I need to show you the first floor of the Centre de Génie Industriel, because that's in this first floor, and it's actually in a 3D virtual reality version of this first floor that everything will happen in the demo. So here we are at the hall of the Centre de Génie Industriel. You can see on the right, we have the rest area where you have the blackboards and the tables. And you have here the office of the assistants. And then we have two corridors. On the right, we have the east corridor with several offices. And you have this big iron door for the evacuation. And then we also have the left corridor that we call the west corridor, where you have, it's exactly the same actually with offices and also a big iron door for the evacuation. And then we also have the different rooms. Here we have the meeting room. And actually, so the results that we're gonna present will be all in this place, in the virtual reality version of this first floor. And so let's go upstairs where we have the platforms and we're going to have the demo. So please follow me. So here we are at the second floor of the Industrial Engineering Center. You can see here that's where we have the two platforms, Omega VR and Omega. So you can see that we have here the Omega VR platform, which is dedicated to virtual reality, immersion, augmented reality, and so on. And here we have the Omega platform, which is dedicated to decision-making and visualization. So now I will show you the 5 spots of the demo. So here's the first one where we have Marlène and Thibaut. So Marlène is an assistant at the Industrial Engineering Center, and she will actually play her own role. So she will be in charge of the evacuation. You can see that now she's at the first floor. She's in the hall. You can see the board, the tables. In front of her, you can see the assistant offices where you have a lot of people around there. And on the right, you have the east corridor with all the offices and the iron door at the end. And then on the other side, you have the left corridor as well. And at the end of this left corridor, you can see that you have Thibaut. Thibaut is a first-year PhD student, and he will play the role of a technical guy in charge of repairing and maintenance. You can see that you can see Marlène in the corridor, and he has a lot of tools in front of him so that he will be able to work. So that was the first spot. So now let's move to Alexis. Alexis is a research engineer in charge of the EGCERSIS Common Lab, and he's actually the guy who coded almost everything that you're going to see today. So he's in front of the Game Master interface. So Alexis, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So the view of the Game Master can deliver some abilities and put some priors and stuff like events on the environment. And like here, we can find the first floor with the hall, the corridor west, and the east corridor here. And we can see Marlène here. And we can find Thibaut.
Yeah, you can see Marlène is moving in the office while Thibaut is close to the tool. And so we'll move to the third spot, which is in a different room, in the second floor of the Centre de Génie Industriel. It's actually the white room where we have Seb Seb is actually performing the video capture and so on. So, hello, Seb.
Hello.
So now let's move to the fourth spot. In the fourth spot, we are in that's the crisis cell where we have Audrey and Aurélie. So Audrey is assistant professor at the Centre de Génie Industriel, and Aurélie is a second-year PhD student. So they are working on the R-IO tool. It's the R-IO software platform that we have developed here at the Centre de Génie Industriel, and that's the tool that will be used for the crisis management. It's a crisis management tool. You can see here that R-IO looks like a geographical information system where you have a map. Here we have an upper view of the building of the IMT Mines Albi, we call them in here. And you can see that the bottom part, if we zoom in, we have the first floor of the industrial, the 2 corridors, and we have 4 sensors. So these 4 sensors are currently not activated, of course, because nothing has been started, but there are smoke sensors, and these smoke sensors will detect fire, obviously. The thing is that it will show how R-IO can use data coming from sensors automatically to perform the crisis management support. So now let's move to the 5th spot where we have it's in the Omega VR room where we have 3 firefighters. So you can see that we have here Romain. Romain is an intern here at the Centre de Génie Industriel. And you can see he's a firefighter. He's outside of the truck right now, just checking that there are extinguishers at the rear part of the truck. Sina will also play the role of a firefighter. Sina is a postdoc at the Centre de Génie Industriel, and is also a firefighter outside of the truck right now. And then we have Manon. Manon is a first-year PhD student, and she will be the head chief of the firefighters. She's the responsible in charge of the truck. And the thing that we have to comment on is that normally that wouldn't be that kind of truck that would intervene in that kind of situation, because that's not a fire truck. But for the scenario, we will just consider that this truck was the closest to the event and will be the first one on site. Just to show that we have here the view of the game master that is also replicated here, where you can still see Marlène is here, Thibaut is here. So now let's go to see Alexis, so the game master, and see how we're going to start the fires and play the role of the Heville game master starting the crisis. So now we're back to Alexis. So let's do your job.
Okay, so we can parameter the fire system and put some fire differently with a lot of options. But we are here to begin just with a small one here.
So you can see that we have a small fire starting and a little bit increasing. What's the process now for IMT Mines Albi is that in such a situation, what we do is that the sensor obviously will detect the fire, the smoke sensor, and so the reception desk will be informed of that, and the reception desk will ask some technical guy, the closest to the spot, to go and to check before launching the alarm, to be sure. And in that case, the closest technical guy is actually Thibaut, and so Thibaut will be informed.
Check the opposite corridor. Maybe we have a fire. Okay, copy that. I will check.
So you can see that Thibaut is now moving to go from the west corridor to the east corridor. You can see hello, Marlène. And now is arriving in the east corridor and will check the room that has been mentioned to him by the reception. Yeah, there is a fire.
There is a fire start in the office 0804. I think it's in manageable. I will call you back when I put it out.
Yeah, I'm starting the alarm.
Okay, so now Thibaut will grab an extinguisher and will try to fight it. You can hear the alarm. And so now we see through Marlène's eyes that everybody is escaping. And so Marlène, as she's in charge of the evacuation and of the safety of the of the Industrial Engineering Center. She will just check the rooms to see if there are people that needs to evacuate. And so she will go from one desk to another to check if everybody is evacuating appropriately. So now let's see how Thibaut is extinguishing the fire with the extinguisher. So it seems to be good job. So he dropped the extinguisher.
The fire is out.
And so we will go back to Marlene and see she continues to check the doors and to check if there are people. And so in this room, now she's at the office of Robin. Robin is a final year PhD student, and you see that he's just, he was writing his PhD and he has a net set on his head and didn't hear the alarm. So Marlene kind of woke him up. And so Marlene is just checking. You see that now it's the copy room. You see the meeting room that I just show you downstairs. And she's continuing, and everything is okay. No one in that room, no one in that room neither. And there is an issue with that room. She cannot open that door. So it's locked. And she will just, and that room, she just feel like it's warm. So she's just checking the door and she's opening it. Yeah, there's another fire. So there is a fire here. It seems like Thibaut, when he left to extinguish the fire, forgot his tools. Maybe the tools was quite hot, and it started another fire. And you can see that there is someone locked over there. And so Thibaut will try to free that guy by extinguishing that fire too. And you will see that then the guy will be able to escape because the fire has been, the guy can escape. So now let's move back to Alexis, because you will see that Alexis is cruel and he's starting a lot of additional fires. You see that he's starting fires everywhere. So now let's go and see how the crisis cell is able to manage the situation using the R-IOSuite tool. So now we're arriving into the crisis cell where Audrey and Aurélie are checking R-IOSuite, and you can see that here we have the 4 sensors that I just showed you before, and we have 2 of them that are activated with this exclamation mark, and you can see that it's because fire have been detected. So let's see what it shows on the model point of view. And so we see that we have the two sensors, fire detected and fire detected, that create 2 objectives of treat the fire. And we also have a third objective that has been added by the knowledge base automatically by the system, which is the risk of not getting enough information. And so we need to grab information and to have a better view of the information of the situation. So now, using this model, Audrey and Aurélie will use the artificial intelligence algorithm of Rio. So now they are prioritizing the issues, and this algorithm will suggest a response, or will suggest a collaborative process that you can see here. So it's been automatically deduced only from the model that we have. And we have 3 branches. The 2 first ones are dedicated to the fire to be extinguished. So you have, here you can see that you have 1 task, 2 tasks. And then the third branch is about the information gathering and report edition. So they will launch this process, and we will go and see how the firefighters, as soon as they arrive on site, will inform the crisis cell that they are ready to receive their tasks.
We have arrived. Okay, we're sending the process.
Okay, guys, show me your arms. So you can see that they have this table, this kind of pad on their arm, and you can see that they receive the task. So Sina received that he has to fight the fire on the southeast corridor. Romain has the task to fight the fire on the southwest corridor, and Manon has to gather and collect information. So let's see that Sina and Romain took some extinguisher, and they are running inside the building to try to fight their fires, their respective fires. So they are going on each one of their own corridor. East for one of them and West for the other one. And so let's see what Manon is doing.
Hey, I'm looking for a person in charge of people safety.
Yes, it's me.
This is Marlene. This is Marlene back.
Is there someone missing?
Yes, one in office in the left corridor.
Okay.
Locked.
Okay, thank you. And is there any flammable object stored in the building?
Yes, there is a gas bottle in the office in the right corridor.
Okay, thank you.
So with this additional information, Manon will inform the crisis cell.
Crisis cell, I have been noticed that there is someone blocked in his office on the left corridor and a gas bottle on the right at the entrance.
Okay. So Audrey and Aurélie are receiving this information, so they are updating actually the situation. So you can see that it's an interesting feature for R-IOSuite that is not only able to collect data from sensors, but also manually edited information. So you can see that here on the model, on the map first, they are showing, adding this new information. And you can see that now the model is quite different. We still have the two fires to extinguish, so that's the two last one. We still have the information issue, but we also have two additional objective, which is the block person to free and the gas cylinder to find and to evacuate it. And so based on that, we will check that, yeah, the system now is able automatically to say there is a divergence. There is an issue with the process that we're currently running and the situation model. Of course, the process has been deduced based on the previous model that we had. So it's different from the current situation. That's what the system is actually saying. So based on that, what we are doing now, what Audrey and Aurélie are doing is that they are updating the model and deducing a new process so that the system will be updated and the process will be perfectly fitted for the phased situation. So they are deducing the process, they are again prioritizing the issue, and the process will be automatically deduced by R-IOSuite. And you can see that we have a new process. So this new process is more complicated than the previous one because here we have the save and rescue. So for the person that is locked in his office, we have also the task of finding the gas cylinder. And then we also, afterward, we have the two extinguish fire tasks that are not first priority with regards to finding the person and evacuating the gas cylinder. And we also have the information tasks that are still activated. So now, Aurélie and Audrey will deploy this process for the firefighters. So the guys have their task that has been canceled due to the new process. And now we will see that they will be informed by the crisis cell that they will receive new tasks. Okay, you see that now Sina received a new task. He has to find the person that is locked. And we can see that Romain has also a new task, which is to find the gas cylinder and to evacuate it. So let's follow Sina first. So Sina is gone to this door that he cannot open. So he will try to find a tool to try to open the door. Yes, he finally got it. So he opened the door, and so the guy can evacuate. And now we have Romain. Romain just found the gas bottle, and so he will evacuate the gas bottle. At this time, Sina is validating his task, you can see, because he has done his task. So he's validating it. And Romain just evacuated the gas bottle, the gas cylinder. He's validating his task as well. And when the task will be, both the task will be validated according to the model of the process that we have seen, they will receive both their new task. And so now let's see. Yeah, Robin is. Let's finish the task. Robin validated this task, and you can see yes, he received the new task of the fire. So now, and Sina, it's the same for Sina. Received the new task. So both of them will now take the extinguisher back and we'll try to find the fire, but you can see that there is really a lot of smoke. So now let's see what's happening in the crisis cell based on that. And so we can see that here we have the crisis cell where we have Audrey and Aurélie that are controlling the progress of the process. And you can see that we have these two tasks that are now green because they have been performed by Sina and Romain. And we have these three tasks that turn to yellow because that's the next task that has been sent to everybody. And this task is still black because it's not been activated yet. So now we will see that actually there is really too much fire and too much smoke. So you can see that Sina is really in the smoke. You can see it's the same for Romain. So as I told you at the beginning, they are not equipped to fight that kind of situation. So now they will evacuate, and we will see that they will drop the extinguishers, and they will start going out and evacuating. And we will see with Manon's point of view that fortunately the fire trucks arrived on site and that they will take the relay and they will deal and manage the situation. So this is, and you can see that you have Romain and Sina that are arriving just around the Manon. So this is the end of this demo. So this is the end of the exercise that we want to show you on this online event. Let me also remind you that this work has been done conjointly with Georgia Tech through the Siren lab, which is the Sentient Immersive Response Network lab, which is an international associated lab between IMT Mines Albi and Georgia Tech. And with the team of Prof. Benoît Montreuil, we are very proud of that, and that's the result of this common work. And it's just a little bit more than 1 year results, and so we will go on with this. And fortunately, we have also the same kind of virtual reality platform in Atlanta, Georgia Tech, another set of virtual reality equipment. And we will use all of this to go on and to create new use case and new features for training and for crisis management. And we will keep you posted, and we will create new events in the next months and in the next years based on that. So thank you again for attending. We really hope that you enjoyed the demo and that you were interested in the result that we just presented you. Thank you to all the guys for this work, and have a very good day. Now it's time for questions. Thank you very much.